Whelp Squad, we finally did it. We reached 600 subs on the Papa Sport YouTube channel. Makes me happy to know that I have 600 people that love my content. Now, as I said in the Bloody Stream tutorial video, here is my top 10 My Singing Monsters of all time. Now, before I get into the list, I want to talk about why these monsters specifically are in my top 10, and it's because they fall into one of these three categories. A, their sound just blew my mind back when I was 10 years old. B, I use them a lot in Composer Island and find them useful. Or C, I vibe with them. One more quick disclaimer before I get into the list is I haven't played this game in, like the OG game, in so long, so you're not going to find any monsters from Firehaven onward in this list. A lot of the monsters on here are very generic, most people would say. Starting the list off at number 10, we have the only rare monster on the list, which is Rare Riff. Now, I put Rare Riff on here because, as most of you know, I use him in... Actually, I think I used him in every single one of my Composer Island videos. And it's because a lot of songs have a bass in it, and that's the instrument he's based off of. And he does it pretty well. The only reason I have him all the way down here at number 10 is because I didn't remember him as quick as I remembered the other monsters on here. So, yeah, that's it. Coming in at number 9, we have the only Wublin on my list, which is Brump. And now I know what you guys are thinking, you know, what is this guy smoking? Out of all the Wublins that you could have put on the list, you chose Brump. But just let me explain myself, alright? When I first discovered Wublins, you know, I didn't know what they were, you know? I was just getting the eggs and putting them in there. And Brump was the first one I unlocked. And when I heard him say, "Wake up the Wublins, wake up the Wublins," you know, I was hypnotized. I wanted to wake up the Wublins. And so for that reason alone, I think he deserves a spot at number 9. At number 8, I have Furcorn. Now, back when I was a wee lad and just trying to get all the monsters, I looked at Furcorn and I'm like, man, what is this guy going to add to the song? But then I heard this. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. And, you know, it still brings me the tears to this day. Here at number 7, I have Entbrat. Now, just take everything I just said about Furcorn, copy and paste it down here, bro. I mean, you just look at him and listen to him, and you can tell he's putting his heart into what he's releasing out of his vocal cords. And, you know, I just respect it. At number 6, I have Quibble. Now, I don't have much to say about Quibble, except, you know, he's a piano. I appreciate a good piano. And just all around sounds good. And I am starting to use him a lot more in my Composer Island covers, so, yeah, Quibble. Making our way to the upper half of the list, at number 5, we have our first ethereal, Humbug. Now, when it comes to Composer Island, I was never a big fan of Riff. I always thought he was too aggressive for the guitar parts that I needed, which is why when they added ethereals, I was happy because I finally got to use Humbug, which, to this day, gets the job done, which is why he is here at number 5. Here at number 4, we have Shellbeat. Now, me personally, I love playing the drums, my favorite instrument. I've gotten back into it ever since quarantine started, and I have a lot of fun doing it, which is why I really just vibe with Shellbeat. I think he plays the drums very well on Water Island, really the only thing I like about Water Island, let's be honest. And, I use them a lot on Composer Island too, you know, being drums. So, yeah, Shell Beat. Woo. Here in the top 3, we have the final ethereal on this list, Ghast. Now, the Ghast holds a special place in my heart. Quick story time. Back when my YouTube channel was first getting started, you know, me and my friends were getting a lot into the game. And just trying to see who could breed a Ghast first, alright? And eventually, I did it. I bred the first Ghast amongst all my friends. And poor Professor Toot could not breed one to save his own life, you know? I think by the time he bred one, all of my friends had bred one. And I think I bred like 3 Ghast and a rare Ghast before he even got one. And I find that funny to this day, so yeah, Ghast. Here at number 2, we have Mammoth. Now honestly, I was surprised when I put Mammoth at my number 2, but then I remembered, back when I was like 10 years old, I was watching YouTubers like PewDiePie or Jacksepticeye, and I just remember seeing the My Singing Monsters ad, and hearing Mammoth just do its thing. And honestly, that's the voice that made me want to download the game. So you could say that if there was no Mammoth, there was no me. Now before I reveal my number 1 pick, here are my honorable mentions. You see them on the screen, hopefully. So when I was making this list, I just jotted down about 14 monsters, and these 4, unfortunately, just didn't make the cut. So, but you know, I still appreciate them. And finally, my number 1 monster in the My Singing Monsters franchise, Scups. I mean, do I really need to explain myself? I mean, just listen to this. Haha, that was a troll. You guys got pranked. That's not my number 1. I hate Scups. Funny. But in all seriousness, my actual number 1 is Bogart. You know, it just sounds good on every island it's on in the main game. And I can rely on it on pretty much any song I do on Composer Island, when there's just a part that I need to add on there. But I'm not sure what monster to use. I always go to Bogart first, and he always does the best with it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the list. I guess now I'll just give you some channel updates. As most of you know, I haven't uploaded in about maybe 2 or 3 weeks. That's because I started on a song, JoJo's Opening 4, and I realized it's impossible to make, so I'm skipping to Part 5, Opening 1, or not Part 5, Part 4, Opening 1, and it's coming along okay. Still working on it a little bit, don't expect that too soon, but it'll be out. Quick update on Dragon City. No more Dragon City. Yeah, I tried to get into the game and I just didn't. So I might make an update. I did play a little bit offline or off camera, so I might give you guys a little update on how that's going sometime, but nothing special. And now for our next goal. Now, the big boy goal is 1,000 subscribers, which I have yet to plan a 1,000 subscriber special, so comment down what you might want to see for that. But at 700 subs, I'm thinking I'll probably make my top 10 least favorite monsters, because, you know, it just came to my head just now as I was recording this. So yeah, that's what you're getting at 700. So see ya.